vamos reflexões elevadas de Bhakti-Vedanta. Vocês são lembrados como aqueles que são completos e perfeitos, portanto, verifiquem. Em que
Om Shanti. Avyakt signals understand how great the importance of purity is and become great. The donation of life for Brahmins is purity. Purity is your original and eternal form. Purity is the speciality of the special Brahmin birth. Pure thoughts are nourishment for a Brahmin's intellect. Pure vision is the light of the eyes of Brahmins. Pure karma is the special duty of Brahmins. Pure relations and connections are the code of conduct for Brahmins. Purity is what makes a Brahmin life great. Now, you should not have to labor to imbibe such an elevated speciality. You should not have to force yourself to adopt it. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today's day 12. Shiv Bhagwan Vacha. God Shiva's versions. Sat Chit Anand Swarup. The truth, the living being, the blissful being. Om. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone is okay, well? Yes? Yes, very, very good. Yeah, I can see the hand side. Everyone has aim also, not to keep well. We have to take care of ourselves because this birth is very valuable, right? Both ways for efforts of the self and also for service, right? We can use this body, mind, everything in Baba's service. So we have to keep our mind also very healthy, stable, and body also healthy. So I'm sure that you all had beautiful experiences of connecting deep purity with peace. Because Baba is saying one of the blessing, which in English you will hear tomorrow, but I read that purity is power. No, peace is power. And peace is, if we want to have this consistent peace, then you have to do the ras of sanskars. No? They saw gopis and gopis dancing. So Baba calls that as a ras, not dance, right? Ras is really just with the rhythm. You hold each other's hands and you keep moving. Dance is a little bit different. We call it Ras Leela. That means while doing activities, do a Ras with total cooperation, love. And Baba said, this is making our stage free from obstacles. Because it's really internally, if we see why should my sanskar or anyone's sanskars become cause of creating obstacle in my remembrance, in service. If there were 300 of them, they stayed together, right? With Baba. They did everything together. There were a lot of different sanskars and games. But Baba's company was with them. So peace definitely. Today I was reflecting on that to remain quiet is not necessarily being peaceful, right? Sometimes I'm quiet because I'm not happy. Sometimes I'm quiet because I'm upset. Sometimes I'm quiet, whatever reason. But just check, am I peaceful? Today more I was making effort to see, uh, as Baba said, no disturbance, no confusion, just be peaceful soul. And Baba is calling it power of peace. Beautiful blessing this morning, in the morning. And then even what we're taking for tomorrow, Sat Chit Anand. So Chit, they saying living being, but this morning or uh, since afternoon when I came to know this is our homework, Chit also is our awareness or attitude. When can I be blissful? That means beyond the fact of sorrow and happiness. Happiness is like when I am with the desires are fulfilled, I am happy, this get done, I am happy, but that's temporary happiness. Right? I should always be happy. I have seen some dadis, some brothers, senior brothers, some they remain always happy. They laugh, and every time we used to have Chandramani Dadi. So she was one person never got upset, right? So she will have a big laughter every time, big laughter. And then many places where there was like little conflict or groups, Dadis will always send her because she's listening to people but not getting upset. She keep laughing. She used to be, Baba used to call her Lioness of Punjab because she got center started in Amritsar and many places in Punjab. So when Chit has truth, and nothing mixed in that, 100% true, honest, then you are in blissful stage. Truth in our awareness, truth in our attitude. So this is what I felt, that it's not just living being. We know that we all are living beings. Baba is living being. But what is it? His Chit, truth. Baba is ever truth. Mm-hmm. So think this way to look into, am I holding to the truth? Holding to the truth means my original self, my eternal self. And truth in others also same like me, right? You are also peaceful, loveful. We had lost that and we are reclaiming again. As much we reclaiming, every Baba's child is reclaiming. As much keep reclaiming, it becomes natural to be loveful, to be peaceful. And purity also, as you heard. So bliss and truth have deep connection. I always say, most of the people say, we are okay. Then one time we say, but are you in bliss? Are you in bliss or only okay? So bliss is higher stage. Because everything in the mind, they call it emotions, right? And emotions are like waves. So the waves come, the feelings come, they overtake us. But if my feelings are coming from the truth, I am a pure soul, I am a loveful soul, I am a peaceful soul. Originally, that's what I am. So let my feelings come from there. Otherwise, we keep, I was feeling how much keep carrying, not necessary, right? We carry. I was trying to understand when Baba said, be light. I said, why is saying light? So this morning I realized because we're carrying things, right? From yesterday, from this situation, from this person, and then I put in my baggage, right? There are a lot of people, they like to travel light, right? But some or other in the end, we say, let's take this, let's take this. We keep putting things in our baggage. So soul also keep taking, keep taking, keep taking. It's not useful. I can also, those feelings are from yesterday, those feelings were from, but that situation is not there. And I should love my feelings, right? They are my feelings. So you say, I'm not going to allow those feelings to overtake me emotionally. When you think of emotions, the feelings, like there are waves and currents. But can I have my feelings from my original stage? That is where Sat Chit Anand comes, right? My feelings are from the truth. All this journey, all whatever happens, different experiments, experiences, part of the journey. But we are thinking from tomorrow, right? We're thinking from today. And what I will do, I will keep my truth with me. I am the truth. I am that Satchit. I will stay blissful. So practice tomorrow and see how you feel. I really feel good about it. And I said, really, I will look into what baggages, if there are some. And Baba, just follow Baba's direction, stay light. So no baggage with you. There are a lot of importance of feelings because you feel God, you feel love, right? Feelings are important. But as much I'm in soul consciousness, as much I'm in my original state, the feelings will be different. I won't feel what is not necessary. Like I won't even feel it. This will happen. I'm saying it with my experience. So that is what we will be practicing, is be in that truthful stage, original eternal stage, when you could be your feelings, when you are not only beyond, but you are very natural. Seeing everyone's part, scenes of drama. Very detached observer, giving light and might to everyone, so that I can be Anand Sarup or blissful. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today is Saturday and we'll be having our chit chat. So before we do that, let's get our homework for tomorrow, and would like to invite our dear angel sisters. Sister Shireen, welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Didi. So, there was this a few years back, we were in Peace Village, and you spoke about these two topics, Satchidananda and Satyam Shivam Sundaram. I still remember that class. So, and today I felt you went a little deeper into Satchidananda. And I liked what you were sharing about Dadi Chandramani, that Dadi used to send her everywhere because she used to listen but not get involved, and not get upset or there wasn't a charge by whatever she was listening. And I really like that, as like whatever I'm listening, it's just to be very, very neutral. And Chit, Dadi used to say that Chit was memory track. And I liked what you were sharing. Dadi Janki used to say that. And I liked what you were sharing, that Chit is actually awareness. And that awareness and that attitude, when we fill with truth, then we are blissful. And the other thing that was very interesting was this idea that to be light. Be light means that, am I carrying anything from any situation? Am I carrying it? And one of the things that I just thought of when you said that was that if I'm listening and if I'm carrying from a situation, then the heaviness that is created is it's so against being blissful. And so if I really want to be blissful, then I have to be so neutral that I don't carry anything from any situation. And I also liked what you were sharing, that you have to love your feelings. That, if you love your feelings, then you will not be affected by all of these things, and you really love your feelings. And finally, that at any given time, to just be a detached observer, to give light and might, and that is a sure way of being blissful, of holding truth in our awareness. And being blissful is just be a detached observer and give light and might. And so with that, let's have our homework. Tomorrow, Satchidananda Swarup, the truth, the living being, the blissful one. The Supreme Soul can be called the truth, the living being, and the embodiment of bliss. Souls were the truth, living beings, embodiments of bliss, embodiments of peace, and embodiments of knowledge. Just as the Father's praise is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of peace, so you too are embodiments of truth, living beings, and embodiments of bliss. Satchidananda. Let's do a meditation on this. Satchidananda Swarup, the truth, the living being, the blissful one. The Supreme Soul can be called the truth, the living being, and the embodiment of bliss. Souls were the truth, living beings, embodiments of bliss, embodiments of peace, and embodiments of knowledge. Just as the Father's praise is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of peace, so you too are embodiments of truth, living beings, and embodiments of bliss.
शिव भगवानुवाच सत चित आनंद स्वरूप सत चित आनंद स्वरूप तो एक परमात्मा को ही कहा जाता है। आत्मा सत चित आनंद रूप शांत रूप ज्ञान रूप थी। जैसे बाप की महिमा है ज्ञान का सागर शांति का सागर, तुम भी सत चित आनंद रूप हो। ओम शांति। Om Shanti. So tomorrow is Sunday. Our schedule will be Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Sakar Hindi Murli until 7:30. Then meditation, Bhog offering, and followed by English Avek Murli. Translation will be available in Hindi and Spanish until 9:30, and then evening our meditation starts at 6 p.m. followed by spotlight drishti sharing in this series, meditation, English series, and Avikti journey. Includes our 5 times yoga bhakti, morning, evening, half an hour, in between, during the day, 3 times, 10 minutes. So this is the schedule, and now let's start our Avikti journey. So welcome to Avikti journey, Avikti Parivar Chit Chat, deepening our understanding through sweet conversation. So I'd like to invite our dear angel brother, Brother Eric. Welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone, and loving greetings to each and everyone. And yeah, special greetings to our dearest Mohini Didi. I just noticed the title of this Saturday evening, and I love it again, going deeper into understanding through sweet conversation. So I hope I'm sweet enough, Mohini Didi, and the conversation is sweet enough. We can add totally any time. We don't have to wait the end of the meeting if it's not sweet enough. And as much as we enjoy going deeper into the understanding of Shiv Baba, I was reflecting this week you're giving us, Mohini Didi, so many insights and so many points to think about. And I was, thinking, what is the difference between my understanding and my becoming? And is my becoming growing as much as my understanding? And so I was reflecting on something, and I know it will be probably a title that will be used for Shiv Baba. If it hasn't been done, I may have missed it. But the fact that he's holding the key to divine visions. And I was wondering, I may ask you if he ever lended you the key, but that's for later tonight. I'll ask you that later. But for now, I wanted to know from you if you see a difference between vision and aim and objective. And we're given aim and objective, and like sometimes you say, today you said, we all have the aim to be okay and to look after ourselves. And once we have an aim, we don't necessarily have a vision. If we have a vision, then we can have the aim to become the vision. So is there a difference between aim and vision?
I think that when we come to Baba and we hear that we were deities and, we were Lakshminarayan, or look at Sri Krishna, actually a kind of vision emerges within the self, and then we listen to aim and object, or even if we listen to aim and object, but everyone do get some vision inside of one's own self. And at least I definitely had the vision of knowing myself as goddess, or, it's like that feeling and that personality emerged. As soon as I came to Baba, I was able to recognize that vision. Oh, that is why I could feel it now. So Baba gave aim object and I had vision. It could be both. Some have aim object and then get vision. Vision is not like you are seeing it, but it could be very subtly little image in you emerges, an acceptance of yourself as that divine being. I think that definitely everyone must have experienced, right?
Well, we know Brahma Baba was transformed on the basis of vision, right? Like he got big. Now we have IMAX theater, big screen, 3D. Now we have technology, but in the 60s, maybe vision was better than technology. So he had strong vision and it transformed him. Do you remember a time early in your days in the yajna that you really had an experience that was not just knowing you will become a goddess, but really almost, did you see yourself in a golden age, or did you have a vision of your own the personality of your goddess, not any goddess, but one in particular, or was there a name?
No, one is just, a divine being more than what I will be. But our qualities, our characteristics also show very clearly that we are becoming, and we are that. All of us, if look at in this, we are at confluence age, but in iron age, our generosity, our compassion, our love for everyone, and internally, deeply, like we are so loving, we could embrace everyone. We say, oh, world is our family. And actually, we keep giving in whatever way. I'm not talking of his money, but our pure feelings, our points of knowledge, our light and might. And so this quality of giving is a divine quality, is a deity quality. So I think, yes, I had vision, but also like, comparative to, sometime even if we are giving blessing cards, people wonder why we have to print it, why so much money is spent. I don't know, it was from Canada or someone said, Baba says, give message. So they went in, and wherever there were benches on the bus stand, anywhere they put that blessing, and they did it or they wanted to do. So it's like such a deep feeling of sharing message with everyone. I think all these, our feelings, our thinking, our little acts, big acts, indicate our quality of being a deity, right?
Mm.
Because deity is not just a decorative form. Generally, we think of jewelry, crown, and everything. Well, that's Baba explains that in future, because of kingdom, you all will be like that. But at confluence stage, we'll be the donors, and like we forgive quickly, we give good wishes to everyone. And I think that all these are divine qualities, right? So divine virtues are what we are becoming deity. So I think definitely each one of you, if you cannot, maybe you didn't have vision, but can you see your qualities? I think everyone will say, yes, I have those qualities and they are qualities of a deity. So it somewhere should help you to recognize yourself as a deity and then becoming that fulfillment of aim object.
That's exactly where I wanted to go with you in terms of, when Baba sometimes, like in the Murlis, and there's a question I would like to read to you about tomorrow's Murli. So for the first time, I had to read tomorrow's Murli because there was a question about it. But in last week's Murli, Baba was describing the holy swans in a form of, cleanliness. And tomorrow it's also holy swans, but more about discernment. And when we listen to Baba's Murlis, sometimes he almost describes the perfect self. If you are a holy swan, your vision will be like this, your words will be like that. So he gave us almost a vision. He describes, and then we understand. That's why I was connecting my understanding with my becoming. And I was wondering if you feel we need to make an effort to go beyond the understanding, but to maybe almost not ask for Baba for a vision, but to create a vision for ourselves when we see ourselves as Baba is describing in the Murli. Because I feel sometimes just understanding may impose upon me harsh efforts. But if I have a vision of me, I thought, oh yeah, I like that. I want it to be easier. And I'm thinking about playing tennis. If I'm told you have to hit the ball very well, okay, I'll try to do it. But I'm asking Baba, can you give me a vision of my perfect tennis player? And maybe it will be easier. I don't know.
I think that understanding has to be changed into being, no? Understanding has to be changed into the understanding is important because that's where your third eye, and then you are able to see yourself in that. I think that Baba will, if one is looking for it, for a vision, as you said, if you don't get, then Baba can, if you don't get it, then you can create for yourself. But I think very soon all of you will start seeing yourself in that way because we are becoming, right? And by becoming, we are, but why we share understanding? Because there are a lot of concepts we are holding from past, from path of bhakti, from what we have heard. So understanding also is very important because then you will do in a right way, right things, So I see the importance of understanding. And understanding, like you all must be noticing that you find your intellect is more clear. You can quickly connect with Baba because of that quality, and because we are reflecting on quality, your quality is emerging, like peace. Baba is ocean of peace, but you feel your peace is emerging. You are able to have little more experience. So everything is going together, understanding, becoming, creating a vision for the self, And Baba, it's good you read Murli. I also read every word he's saying is so touching, and so powerful. Even when the blessing is that power of peace, And it was so good because I I'm thinking to use that more and more, that power of peace, not just quiet. Okay, I'm quiet, I don't speak, but peace, original peace of the soul, peace from God. And peace means free from conflict, free from discontent. That means I don't have problem with anyone's sanskars. I am contentment of all the attainments, and then the peace comes. And also purity, connected with that. So understanding, becoming, creating a vision, I think all is happening, isn't it?
But I'm interested in this topic because, for example, you mentioned something, can't remember, I think maybe Thursday, and you said sometimes we say, yes, I want to do service. And you said it's one thing to do service, but it's another thing to allow Baba to use me for service, to let God use me for service. And then you said Baba would say, yeah, but you have to, be to qualify. You use the word qualify. You have to qualify for that. So I think we all checked, employment availability to see if we were all qualified. And I think it was, the change of thinking from I want to do service to let me be used for service. So in the same way, I'm thinking, okay, I want to become this. I want to become perfect. Is there another thinking which is more like allow Baba to give me a vision, or allow Baba to show me my perfect stage so it's easier? I'm thinking, of Arjuna or even Jesus, Moses, Abraham. They all seem to have had good time, visualizing something, and it gave them a push. I'm wondering if I need a push from Baba to get to the vision and move forward.
See what happens when I was mentioning that, let's say you want to do, when Baba says you have to do service, right? But while doing service, internally, the qualities which you are using, like you are selfless and you don't have desires, you don't receive any reward, like inner qualities, which I said as qualified, then Baba keeps giving you service. In your life too, there are many things you plan and many come to your door. So many opportunities are given to you. Why? Because this coming from Baba. Baba is making you instrument. But you are also open and you say, yes, I want to do service. I will do service. But your qualities, internal subtle qualities, make you a good instrument for God, so that more assignment can be given, more tasks can be given. That is one thing. Other is about, as much you will keep your inner sight or your intellect very clean, you will keep seeing your vision. Maybe we should pay attention to this, right? And see if you are able to see your, Baba can give vision, but you have to see it, right? So let's see how it will work very soon. Baba is listening. Baba is listening to us.
Listening. I know he's listening. And one last question before I ask you the two questions about Murli's, but do you feel that for you, your vision, or maybe it's not the right word, but your perception, maybe your perception of your perfect self, not necessarily deity, but your complete stage, do you feel that your perception of your complete stage is getting more and more clear, and that you're accomplishing things on the basis of that perception of the pure self or the perfect self, even more than you're accomplishing on the basis of your own day-to-day stage? Does it make sense? Or is your future form already doing the work?
Okay, one is future form, but adopting to the methods which Baba gave us, like whenever you are in a big situation, let's say, and you are kind of pulled into that, and you have to, so, this whole thing of like, I have to be really peaceful, in the sense of, so perfect really means that what I did yesterday was 70% accurate. I needed 30% more, or maybe 10% more. So today, through Baba's Murli or more understanding of what it should be, I said, well, okay, I will be in that stage and I will do. So every day, like adding to completeness, be complete. And somewhere I always find that 10%, 20% is still not come to that perfection. So then I pay attention to stage of perfection. Perfection here is really using right method and right stage, and if you can do it, so that's where you come to know what percentage more is required. But there are certain things I believe. One thing I was telling to one sister today, that I have experience of certain things, like if people say something, let's say right or wrong, whatever, I feel that after saying, maybe they don't feel that was right, in the sense of, but my experience is when I'm listening, if I'm with Baba, right, so Baba is taking care of that situation. And which sometimes, mostly it happens, sometimes not, because you want to listen attentively, you're trying to understand people's feelings, you're trying to help in the situation. So it's every day is like a different experience. And with the new role Baba has given me, is quite uh, growing, quite challenging too, but also looking at this stage, like someone said, oh, just come as Durga, we will welcome you as Durga. So I today I thought that's very good, because they will see the line, right? So they will be quiet and they will say, well, you have to be careful because Durga's weapons are different, but just to riding on the line, right? So since morning, like I am making myself ride on the line and say I'm going as a Durga there, so that subtle powers work, and as they show that devils are killed, because lot of obstacles are because of subtle impurities, karmic accounts, and so many little things, and we have to take care of yagya, right, to make it obstacle free. So yeah, I am emerging my image of Durga, then Saraswati. Saraswati is calm, right? It's
I'll
all
be
right. Let
I'll be very
Saraswati be.
careful. I'll be careful if I come as Ganesh, because if I come as Ganesh, they will see the little mouse and they'll all be scared. So maybe I should choose properly. If I come as Ganesh and everybody runs away, I say, "Don't worry, she's very nice little mouse. She's just my new car."
What about coming as Hanuman? Then
Yeah,
Ganesh,
Hanuman will be okay. Yeah,
flying with a mace in the hand.
yeah.
Yeah,
But that ties.
you can join us there, right? Are you planning for Madhuban?
There will be many entertaining vision. That's entertaining visions now I'm getting. So it ties very well with the question a person has about tomorrow's Murli. And because tomorrow Baba exactly talks about discerning and correcting. And there's a paragraph where he mentions about, there may be some spots that you need to remove. And so I would read you the question because it's quite specific. And it says, Om Shanti Didi, with many exclamation marks. Can you please, oh, she seems desperate. So can you please elaborate, as I'm a little confused, I hope it's just a little. Is Baba saying throughout the day, use the power of discernment and make corrections or additions along the way? Or is he saying, if we are making corrections and additions, it means that our discernment is not powerful and it leaves a spot and it's not completely clean. And in that case, what is the autocorrection? So it's very specific. Do you want me to read it again? Or?
No, I understand, but
Good.
I think the soul is mixing two different points completely.
Yeah.
Now, the first part of the Murli, in which power to discern, I can increase power to discern by three things, right? The recognition of self, recognition of time and God, right? So that means I am not focusing on discern, but I am focusing on recognition. And when I am recognizing, then in that awareness, my capacity to discern is increasing, right? So don't look at discernment. I would look at more as I have to be in awareness. I'm an elevated soul, a pure soul. It's a confluence sage, benevolent time, and who Baba is, whom child I am. So maybe practice that and see how discernment increases. But also what other part of the Murli is that I was sharing that all Dadis had this habit. They will always ask for correction and addition. Because Dadi Janki and myself, we both used to be in kitchen in London in 74, and Dadi is perfect cook in her way, and I am in certain items she is. So what she will do that all Dadis, but this one particular, when she cook any particular item, in Edmonton, right? Dadi cooked.
Yeah.
In Calgary, Dadi cooked. You were there at that time, and she will say, any correction, addition is required. That means, is it all proportionate, all seasoning, everything? Does it taste, or it needs some more salt or anything, right? So I was telling this morning while reading in the Murli, this was every Dadi, Didi Mohini, everyone. This is kind of allowing people also to comment on what I'm doing, Otherwise, if you give, as Baba said, little direction or, oh, this is not right, they feel, but they themselves will ask, is there any correction or addition? So I was telling everyone, create this habit. You, after doing everything, you ask everyone, does it need any correction? That means improvement or betterment, or we need to add something in that. I think it's a very, very good way for the self and to be allowing others also uh, to give any suggestion to us, anyway. So these are completely two topics, I think.
Yeah, and two parts in the Murli, but I was taking it lightly, but very good question. So I don't know if it's a sister or brother, but thank you for asking. And there was a question also about the Murli from last week in the Saka Murli. And I think we can finish with this because it can be entertaining as well, very sweet as well. And Baba was mentioning that he is, another name for him is, and I don't know if I pronounce it well, but Jani Jananhar. So now, Mohini Didi, once and for all, can you clarify? Does he know or does he not know? Because sometimes he says, I know, sometimes he says, I don't. Does he say he knows, but he doesn't know? Or does he say he doesn't know, but he knows? Who knows? So tell us once and for all, does he know what is going on in our hearts? And that's what the sister wanted to know. If you can clarify once and for all.
No, once Baba had said, I don't need to know every thought of everyone. I'm not a thought reader. But like now, I will say, Baba is looking at us, right? So there are certain things he's watching, he knows. He's connected with him, connected with his task that he knows. But not everything of your life, every thought of your life. He said, I don't need to know, right? But of course he knows. He knows what is in my heart, in the sense of if I say something to Baba, how do I say it? So he knows, no? So what he knows, what he doesn't know, sometimes we want him to know, oh, what am I thinking now? He doesn't need to know. He said, why should I know? You keep thinking, it's okay. But if I am having a good plan, I'm thinking, and I look at Baba and I speak to Baba, Baba knows that. There are a lot of things which are connected with his task and him, he knows. But there are a lot of things he doesn't know. Right. So it depends, because we take a word, but if we take in a context, you will hear both things in Murli. One time he said, why I need to know. Then sometimes he says, I know what is in children's heart, you know. So what is in my heart? Love for Baba. He knows, right? Do you think he knows how much love you have for Baba, Eric Bhai?
Yes, when he probably knows, but not when it's Avyakti Parivar, because when I talk to him and it's Avyakti Parivar, he says, don't bother me, I'm watching my TV. And Avyakti Parivar is on. So I'm not available, I'm watching Avyakti Parivar.
Also watching and listening, no?
He's listening too, yeah. So at that time, I'm put on the lineup, you know. He says, just wait, after Avyakti Parivar, I'll tell you. But you know, Mohini Didi, also you mentioned your role is getting a little bit more, you know, different. I think there's a new thing in your role, and I don't want to scare you, but you know, when Brahma Baba was there, Shiv Baba would say, I can know what goes through this one. And this one is the post office. So we would write to Shiv Baba, care of Brahma Baba. Now, Daddy Gulzar is Avyakt, many are Avyakt. I think you're one that is left to be. Are you becoming a spiritual post office also? Is that becoming part of your new assignment, that you will get many news and it have to go through you so Baba can know, like we used to do with Daddy Gulzar?
We still have Ratan Mohini Dadi, even if she is not.
Oh, she's post office.
Yeah, she's still the post office, but we are asked to help to sort out those letters, you know. And we have offered, Jayanti and myself, wherever we find that letter needs our help to be answered, we both say, okay, maybe we can help you. And because we come in a very different way, perspective, and we both, especially, I'm really thinking to use a lot of subtle powers more than just the words and sitting and talking and, you know, because we are, both of us, but I am still thinking to maintain that deep spirituality. And so doing what has to be done, but doing it from that inner power and creating more Baba's presence. Like I was saying that I told them, to all the main instruments, I said, I do not like to hear when you all say, oh, there is, Baba doesn't come anymore, there are no dadis, there is no one. I said, why? I said, can you stop saying it? Because why are you creating this kind of emptiness? Why don't you say Baba, Dadis, we all together, we are. So make it like full, elevated, so that new ones can also experience it. And so I think that same is, yeah, we do help with the letters, but not yet post office. Yeah.
We're taking it lightly, but seriously, and I know we're up with time, but the feeling sometimes is, you know, when Baba says, if you want to clean your heart, you have to tell the Father. And I feel sometimes by telling you or writing to you, and I know people should not all expect an answer unless you want to hire new secretaries, but you know, it is, I think it's still a valid method that when we communicate with you, it feels we're telling Baba as well. So I hope you don't mind this new, it's not new, but expanding, your post office will become bigger, maybe, I think.
No, see, because I had been in Trans Messenger, so this has happened for years, you know, even when I was in Queens, when it's Wednesday, people call, I knew they want to say. And as soon as they say it, because I know, yeah, I can only give comfort or sympathy or love, but he's the one who takes care of karmic accounts. And I always put Baba in between as Baba is listening. And I think that that helps both ways for me also not to keep carrying, which sometimes does happen. But second also is it helps souls, you know. So I want to use that method more and more and not carry anything and be double light like Chandramani Dari. I'm thinking to be more smiling, more laughing like Dadi Janki does so that everything is resolved easily. Right?
Thank you. I think
I will
everyone
be
enjoys that. And
happy to give you an appointment, but you are so busy.
I'm easy, busy, easy.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Mohini Didi. Really lovely, and it's very, very sweet. So I'm sure there must be a little sweet to conclude our sweet conversation.
So, Toli came from Madhuban, Baba's stray Toli. Little pieces, but very nice. Chickpeas, Toli, seeds from the mesmelon, Toli, almond, pistachio. These are very crunchy and nice Toli. You know these Toli. They give, yeah, especially sesame seed ones you always get. But these are like peanuts and different kinds of things, right?
Lovely. We can feel the sweetness of Madhuban. It has a special sweetness to it.
So we have now, everyone is thinking of Madhuban because there is no quarantine, not many restrictions. So I keep getting calls and I said, Shashiben, send an email. We will mail everyone, inform you what are some of the requirements. They are simpler now. And so we have started. One of our lovely angel, Anuta, is the first one. She's starting leading our journey to Madhuban. Right. So we wish her a good trip tomorrow early morning.
Lovely. Om Shanti. Good night.
Inviting Anuta to come and share this tea with all of us. Om Shanti, everyone. Satchitanand Sarup, our children. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti.